Just yesterday, we did a video of a white guy leaving a restaurant. Black guy came up and sliced his face open. And nobody in the restaurant did anything. One of the most common reactions in the comments was, why didn't anybody help? Why didn't anybody do this? Why didn't anybody do this? I would have done this. I would have done this. I would have done that. Okay, fine. Everybody wants to be a hero. I get it. If you want to be a hero, you better be ready for the consequences. You better be fully ready. That's my code words for saying, you better carry a damn gun if you think you're going to be a hero and save a woman in distress in a public running path and park. Because if the guy you're about to see was the dead hero you're about to meet,
this is surveillance video that shows
him fully prepared, he'd be alive and the other dude would be dead.
Well, Wendy and Jim from the Arlington Police Department, to the folks who live in this neighborhood, they are calling Patricio Salazar a hero tonight. He came to help a woman who was being raped right back there on the sidewalk. Then the attacker turned on him. But there was a second Good Samaritan who arrived later and possibly stopped even more harm. The scene on South George Mason Drive overnight, dozens of police in an intense search looking for this man, Michael Nash, after he sexually assaulted a woman, then attacked a Good Samaritan who came to her aid. The 911 calls started coming in around 9:30.
When I heard what sounded like screaming.
That's Bradley Flood. He lives in the apartments just across busy George Mason Drive. He ran to the screams to find a woman lying on the sidewalk, naked.
I came to about right here-ish when I saw her. At that point, it was saying, like, are you okay? And then he came from the left here.
It was the attacker, Michael Nash, with blood on his hands. He threatened Flood.
He comes in there and he tells me, like, don't call the cops. If you call the cops, I'll end you or end your world, something like that.
Flood backed into the street and flagged down cars to call 911. Nash took off. Then Flood discovered the Good Samaritan, badly injured.
That's where I saw the guy on the ground. And he was responsive at that point. He was just telling me, like, I'm in a lot of pain. There's a lot of blood.
Flood says he went back and forth between the woman and the injured Good Samaritan. The woman told him she knew her attacker, that he'd snapped. Flood says very quickly the Good Samaritan's condition worsened. Medics did CPR the moment they arrived, but Patricio Salazar was pronounced dead at the hospital.
It was awful. I mean, he helped. He's a hero. Like, he went to save this woman, and he sacrificed his life for it.
Arlington police echoing his view.
There's no way to describe this other than a tragic loss for our community. Here was somebody who saw something that was happening, a violent offense, came to somebody's aid, and tragically lost his life.
Now, that suspect, Michael Nash, allegedly carried out even more crimes after he left here, trying to rob several people of their cell phones.
If you live anywhere near where there's even a small chance of something like this happening, you simply have to have your concealed carry permit in order to lead even a halfway comfortable life. And that's just a plain fact. Because if you run into an episode of black violence, whether it's rape or murder or in the thousands of different forms it comes in, and you decide you want to put yourself in the middle of it and you're not ready, you're going to join a long list of people who found out the hard way, whose last thought on this planet was, why didn't I have a gun? You better have a better reason than, I'm not going to have a gun because that would make the black kids angry.